both a historical biopic, and it's a musical, and it's a miniseries. So there's a tremendous physical challenge to mounting a production like this.
We really wanted to be special. We wanted to have a point of view. We wanted it to be a mother and daughter story. We wanted it to be a Judy Garland that no one had ever seen before.
When we acquired the book from Lorna Luft, there was only one person that we thought of for the role, Judy Davis, to play Judy Garland.
Weep no more, my lady, sing that song again for me. Sing on.
Well, Neil Marin, who I'd worked with once before, rang my agent and said they wanted me to play Garland, and I mean, I was a bit stunned, really. I think I was a little daunted, to tell you the truth. I mean, she's like a daunting woman. The aim, I believe, is to capture, as far as is possible, some essence of this extraordinary woman. Very damaged woman, but extraordinary. I mean, so talented.
A million baby kisses I'll deliver.
It all has to come from music, so I've got to know the music very well and love it in as much as possible the way she loved it. And because her energy is so overwhelming and infectious, that's not as much of a challenge as one would think. Well, I'm sure all her fans would agree. We all feel it.
If you will only play that Swanee River.
So then the gestures have to come out of it, because she was very musical, and a lot of her gestures are to do with the orchestra, what the orchestra's doing. I've got to go into a corner and do it to myself.
It's looking at the footage over and over and over and over and over again and then again. And I work wonderfully with my assistant David Connolly, who's really terrific. And between us, we broke down the moves almost in a sketch or an outline. Like in art, you would do a gesture drawing or something like that. You don't want to do a cheap imitation. You don't want to do you don't want to do it. You want to be it. I think is the distinction that we were all hoping to effect. And I think by seeing Judy Davis's work today, I think mission accomplished.
It was a constant amazement because she never came onto the set without the makeup, and it became strange to see her as Judy Davis. It became such a natural thing to see her as Judy Garland, and she understood so much about her, about Judy Garland, and she was so accurate in her depiction of her, but yet she still remained Judy Davis, which is what I think is the great thing about her performance. It's not like an imitation, it's not like a drag act, it's not an impression. She really became Judy Garland, but as only a great actress or a great actor can do.
Working with Judy Davis, like you're working with the best. You just kind of have to come up to her, whatever she's doing. And it's been very exciting, very exciting. At one point, I was so transported, I couldn't remember what I was saying because I really thought I was talking to Judy Garland. I mean, it was really odd. She's astonishing, and she's so much in the moment, and she's so spontaneous.
She'd said one thing to me that really stuck with me. I said how nervous I was, how scared I was, and I said, I don't know if I could do the job. And she said, well, it's not if you can do the job, it's whether or not you're up to the challenge. And that totally inspired me, and I've been thinking about that during this whole thing. Yeah, that's right, I have to be up to the challenge, and I am up to this challenge. So she definitely gave me something.
We looked everywhere. Toronto, New York, Los Angeles. We looked literally all over the country to try to find, that young Judy Garland. And Tammy was, for all of us, the one that popped out the most. She was extraordinary. Even without hair and makeup, she was Judy Garland. Without being a parody of her, she was like her own version of that very special character. Very interesting lady.
My Aunt Linda gets the chills. Every time I go, I tell her, okay, I'm auditioning for this. And she'll look at her and she'll be like, you got it. You got the chills. I got the chills. So she got the chills and I knew it.
If you place such a great price on stardom, do you know what I mean? What that price tag really is all about. And it doesn't come without a great deal of pain. And I just think if younger people understood that, because right now I think success just seems like it's easy street. And in this situation, that wasn't the case at all. And I think for the most part, people who are enormously successful have paid some kind of a price. And I think that that's the part that a lot of people don't really know about.
I've been a Judy Garland fan since I was like 9 years old. And we did the read-through. I was sobbing uncontrollably at the end of the read-through. It was very embarrassing. I couldn't stop. But it's been kind of like, the whole production's sort of been like that. The minute we hear the music, and Judy Davis is like, people are saying weird stuff like, now, I think maybe there's some channeling going on here because she's so brilliant as Judy Garland. A brilliant actress anyway, but my God, as Judy Garland, people are gonna flip.
The thing that I was looking forward to shooting the most was Carnegie Hall, because I was actually there as a kid. I was at that Carnegie Hall concert, and it was really like a kind of freaky thing to me that I'd be filming an event that I was actually at. So that was something that I was very much looking forward to, as well as all of the recreations of the movies, because they're very exciting to see.
Is there any food in that basket, George?
We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. We hear he is the whiz of a whiz, if ever a whiz there was.
I wanted to tell a story about a family, and I wanted to tell a story about a woman who the world knew as a legend, as an icon, as one of the greatest entertainers in the world, and I only knew her as my mother. So I wanted to make sure that people understood that, and that's why I wrote my book.
Well, it was great having Lorna involved in the project from the very beginning, because she worked with the writers. She was a source of so much information, which was terrific. She's also been part of the whole creative process of pre-production, you know, the costume design and the way things looked at home and all of that. And that's something that Lorna could bring to the party.
My mom, being a child and being brought up on movie sets, her name was changed, and instead of being able to find maybe her piece within Frances Gumm, she became a legend, and she became Judy Garland.